Hello kids, welcome to a brand new video by Notebook. In this video, we will start a new chapter called Ratio and Proportion. If you are wondering as to why we need ratio and proportions, let me try to answer that first, before we get into the details of the topic. First of all, ratios and proportion are used for comparisons. They are one of the many mathematical tools which help in comparisons. Suppose you go on a safari to Africa with your parents. Now, you would certainly see many kinds of animals. Let us see this table, which might be the table you actually made during your animal spotting exercise. Now, on your way back from Africa, you discuss with your family and compare the numbers. To do that, you make a table of difference between different pairs like this. Now, that is one way of comparing for sure. But it doesn't give a very idea about the number of each animal with respect to the other. So, suppose I divide the number of elephants by number of lions. We get 15 by 3. This tells us that number of elephants is 5 times more than the number of lions in that area. What about the lions and zebras? Well, if we divide the number of zebras by the number of lions, we get 12 by 3, that is 4 by 1. We can say that for every lion, there are around 4 zebras in the area. So ratios are a way of comparing numbers, lengths, weights, etc. If the weight of a hippo is 1800 kgs and the weight of a rabbit is 3 kgs, you can say that the difference between their weight is 1797 kgs. Or we can say that the hippo is 1800 by 3 or 600 times heavier than the rabbit. Similarly, we can say that a zebra whose weight is, say, 500 kgs is around 10 times more than the weight of a male deer. If the weight of a male deer is 50 kgs, the difference in their weights is 450 kgs, which doesn't give much idea. There is one thing you must keep in mind when you talk about ratios. You cannot take ratios of two different types of things. For example, you can take ratios of weights and weights, but not numbers and weights. You can take ratios of heights and heights, but not height and weight. So you see how ratios make it very easy for us to compare things. Let us now understand the basics. If you noticed, we compared quantities and expressed the result as how many times more. All such comparisons where we express the outcome in how many times more come under the topic of ratios. For example, the ratio of your father's weight to your weight would be something like 80 kg to 40 kg. Here, we are assuming that both you and your dad go to gym regularly and have strong muscles. So, your dad is 2 times more heavy than you, and we express the ratio as 2:1. Suppose there are 20 pizza shops in your locality and only 4 shops selling fruit juices. You can say that the ratio of the number of shops selling pizza to those selling fruit juices is 5:1. We have already mentioned that the ratio is always between two similar quantities. Also, the ratios have to be of quantities in same units. For example, you cannot take the ratio of weight of a zebra in kg to the weight of a mouse in grams. As another example, you cannot take the ratio of the water in overhead tank in gallons to the ratio of water in your water bottle, which would be in liters. Another point is that a ratio has no units. Before you proceed with ratios, always remember these 3 points. 1. Use similar quantities. And 2. Ensure that the units are same before you calculate the ratio. And 3. Make sure you don't write the ratio in any units. Now, there is something very important about ratios, apart from being a tool for comparisons. Ratios are important to design things right. For example, look at the image of the bottle and its cap. What do you think is wrong? Well, the lid of the jar is twice the size of what it actually should be. The ratio of the circumference of the lid to the circumference of the jar is not right. As another example, look at the cricket bat which the batsman is holding. Do you think it's alright? Clearly no. The bat is oversized. It is almost 4 times bigger than what it should be. So that explains the importance of ratios in our daily lives. Let us look at the 3 rectangles with given sides. The first rectangle has length 3 cm and breadth 2 cm. The second rectangle has length 6 cm and breadth 4 cm. The third rectangle has length 12 cm and breadth 8 cm. Let us take the ratio of length to breadth for each rectangle. They are 2 by 3, 4 by 6 and 8 by 12. Now, 4 by 6 and 8 by 12 can also be written as 2 multiplied into 2 by 3 multiplied into 2 and 2 multiplied into 4 by 3 multiplied into 4 respectively, which are nothing but 2 by 3 only. Ratios like 2 by 3, 4 by 6 and 8 by 12 are called equivalent ratios. If you noticed, this also means that we can make equivalent ratios of a given ratio by multiplying and dividing the numerator and denominator by the same number. In this example, 4 by 6 is calculated by multiplying the numerator and denominator of 2 by 3 by 2. 8 by 12 is obtained by multiplying the numerator and denominator of 2 by 3 by 4. Let us now quickly solve 2 problems. First, suppose the problem is to find the ratio of 30 minutes to 1.5 hours. Here, the 2 quantities are in different units. So we first make them same. We can either have both in minutes or both in hours. Let us convert them both in minutes. 1.5 hours means 60 plus 30, which is equal to 90 minutes. That is 1.5 hours, right? Therefore, the ratio of 30 to 90 is 30 by 90, which is equal to 1 by 3. Now suppose the problem says that the cost of a dozen ink pen is rupees 180 and the cost of 8 ball pens is rupees 56. Find the ratio of the cost of an ink pen to a ball pen. Here, we first have to find the cost of 1 ink pen and 1 ball pen. A dozen ink pens cost rupees 180. That is the cost of 12 ink pens. Applying unitary method, the price of one ink pen is 180 by 12, which is equal to rupees 15. Now, 8 ball pens cost rupees 56. So, one ball pen would cost 7 rupees. Now, we are ready to find the ratio of one ink pen to one ball pen, and that is 15 by 7. Try to solve more such problems, and always keep in mind the 3 important points we listed about ratios earlier. With this, we come to the end of this video. There is more on ratios in our next videos. Stay tuned. See you soon. Bye.